detailing. It's a really good point. So maybe if next time you're on stage, you want to try and fight that instinct to point your weapon right at the camera. Maybe try like a 45-degree angle. That's quite good because it still looks like you're sort of pointing at the audience, but it's sort of more, you can see more of the prop and more of your character as well. Yeah, cool. What? Okay, I'm going to play another game for you guys. So after the tips I've told you about posing with props, I want you to try and give me like a yes or no answer for each of these photos. So for this first image, raise your hand if you think that's a good angle for your prop. Is it a good angle? Nobody? Can't.
It looks good. What?
I'm talking about in terms of just props. Okay, what about the second one? Is that a good way to show off your prop?
Yeah.
You think? No? Third one?
Yes.
The third one? Yes. And the last one?
Yes.
Yeah. You guys are right. You guys are good. Yeah. All correct. Okay, one more round. Okay, the first one?
I
No, I can hardly see at all actually. Our second one?
Also, that's very hard.
Yeah. Third one?
Yes.
Yeah. And the last one? Yeah.
See it?
Up for debate.
Kind of works.
Kind of works.
It really depends.
Yeah, it depends what you're sort of going for, I suppose, yeah. Yeah, I feel like sort of this one and the end one, it sort of depends on what your focus is. Maybe you want to get more into character, or maybe you want the prop to sort of support your costume more, so it really depends on your focus is and what you're going for. So our last section is con safety. So you need to have to think of your prop as being an extension of your body, because I find the first time I wear a costume, I forget how much my bits, whatever my costume parts stick out, and I end up walking into door frames and be like, oh crap, that's right, I've got something sticking outside of me. So when you put on your costume for the first time, you need to be conscious of where your body part, costume parts are and how large you are. Especially with conventions, you need to be conscious of crowds and conscious of what you're doing with your body and what you're doing with your props. These are some good tips that I like to think of when I'm in crowded areas, is first you need to keep your prop where you can see it. Keep it in front of you, and you need to keep it close to your body. So if your body is straight up and down, you want your prop to also be straight up and down. In front of you, you can see it, and close to your body. So in crowded areas, you can see it's not hitting anyone, you can see you're not bumping into anybody, and you know that your prop is safe and everybody else is safe as well. So example, what you don't want to do, it looks great in photos, that photo, but you don't want to be walking around like this all day and being like, oh hey guys, how you all doing? Knocking everyone in the face, it's really hard, heavy thing. So just keep that in mind.
Sometimes when you get on with wings.
Oh yeah, wings are a hazard.
Like yesterday,
Yeah. So convention rules, if it's quite long, if it's sharp, or if it's quite heavy, it's banned on conventions. But even props like this, which should be con safe, it depends on how you're moving with it and what you're doing with it. It depends whether it's safe or not. So just keep that in mind all the time when you have props, especially large props. And also metal's banned. If your prop is mostly made of metal, it's banned from these conventions. You guys probably already know that. And also all toy guns, if it's airsoft or anything like that, it needs to be non-functioning at conventions, and you should never point your gun as fake or non-functioning it is at the audience or on stage, just for the extra safety. Okay, so a few like general safety tips. So maybe you're not at the convention but you're making your prop, you need to be careful of machinery, sharp stuff, and also hot things like heat guns or soldering irons can be a hazard, just be careful. I've had so many burns. Don't want burns. Also, you need to be conscious of when you maybe doing shoots, you need to be thinking about how you're carrying, you're posing or holding your prop during the day. So we did this again, the High School of the Dead shoot we did. Tali, who was cosplaying as Saya, the girl with the pink pigtails, she was holding a real drill. And we couldn't take the battery out because it would have taken out, it was part of the handle and it would have looked really weird. So we made sure to keep the safety on, and we used camera angles to make it look like she was closer to people when she actually was about sort of a metre away. So it made it look quite good when she looked like she was going straight for the eye. For this top one, we actually took the drill piece out so that when we were getting closer to the zombies' faces, there was no drill there near the face. Cool, so this is a bit of an overview. This is what I've covered. I tried to sort of help you guys how to get started on your costume, like where you begin, researching, things like that. I went through a few different types of materials to maybe a better idea of how to work with them. Really important for mixed materials is contact area, and to think about contact area and adhesives, what you're using for those. And remember 90 degrees to show off your props for posing, and remember safety. Yeah. Last, I have 6 P's of prop making. So you need to be patient. It's not going to work the first time. You need to persevere and practice your skills to get good. Plan ahead so you're not screwing up too much. Have a good idea what you're doing before you even start cutting anything or buying your materials. Prototype, do lots of tests and trying things out, and play, just play. It's meant to be fun, so have fun. That's it. Thank you guys for coming. Any questions at all? Yeah, I could do that. I did put a few watermarks back onto the images though, because I had to cut crops them out, but I'll put them back on. Anything else? No?
I got a question.
Yeah?
You know how you said no medal for costumes?
Yes.
Okay. What about costumes?
I suppose it's sort of just usually use common sense. If it's like sharp spikes, then I think
I'm
you
talking
know.
about like chainmail armor kind of thing.
Oh, chainmail should be fine as long as it's not too sharp and it's not really really swinging around and hurting people. Yeah, should be fine. Yeah. Yes. Cutting with jigsaws. You can sort of cut bent. I think you can. I haven't actually worked much with jigsaws. I'm doing a little bit of work with jigsaws. I think you can do a little bit of bending.
You can.
You can. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
The hand saws, electric saws that I was using, you can't. It's just hard enough to control as it is. Yes.
I'm not sure if you know, but what about like an aluminium pipe for supporting a prop because it's
That's
very
fine.
light.
If it's hollow, yeah, and if it's light, and it's not the majority of the prop, then it should be
Yeah.
fine. It's just the sharpness and the heaviness that
Yeah, it'll be
contributes to the
inside,
danger.
enclosed.
Yeah, that's fine. That's allowed. It's enclosed.
Awesome.
Yeah. Cool. All right. Thank you very much, guys. Thanks for coming.